What exactly is the purpose behind blowing shofar in Rosh Hashanah? We all know women and children, men and women, the old and young, all gather around to hear the beautiful, majestical sound of the shofar. What really is the underlying theme that is trying to reveal? What is really the shofar all about? I think if we understand a couple of halachot, a couple of laws that surround the shofar, perhaps we can reveal a tremendous depth that is trying to teach us. First and foremost, the Mishnah actually says, according to one opinion, that the shofar has to be bent. It cannot be straight. The shofar has to be in a curved appearance. Why is that? The Gemara goes on to explain the reason why the shofar has to be bent is because we approach God in prayer. We must be humble. A bent posture is considered more appropriate. Another law that pertains to shofar is each and every one of us are not obligated to blow the shofar, but rather we are obligated to hear the sound of the shofar. This principle in halacha is called shomea ka'oneh. If one hears something, one discharges their obligation. For example, Kiddush on Friday night. One person recites Kiddush, we all listen to the Kiddush, we all fulfill our obligation. Perhaps the same when it comes to bracha over bread and over wine. Similarly, also when it comes to the shofar, one person recites the blessing, one person blows the shofar, everybody listens to dispense their obligation. The third example, when do we blow the shofar? So there's a couple of different times in the service that we blow the shofar, but one time is very strange. Certain Jewish communities actually in the silent Shemona Esrei, in the silent Musaf prayer, stop, pause, and a person pulls out the shofar and blows the shofar. And then everyone individually, silently continues on the prayer. Everybody, when the Chazan repeats, the Shaliach Tzibur repeats the Shemona Esrei, the Amidah of Musaf, in the midst of the prayer, all of a sudden we pause, the Chazan stops, the Baal Tokea ascends to the Bima, and once again a number of different sounds are blown by Malchiot, Zichronot, and Shofarot at 3 different times during the repetition of the Amidah of Musaf and Shemona Esrei. Very strange. What is this all about? I think this is all about that shofar represents prayer. Shofar represents tefillah. And therefore, the shofar has to be bent, a sign of humility and the posture that we approach God. A shofar is just like prayer. We see shomea ka'oneh, we can discharge our obligation, one person can blow, everybody can listen to it. And the third example, as we said, specifically, it is placed in the midst of prayer, because a shofar is a type of prayer. And what type of prayer is it? Sometimes it's a wordless prayer. Sometimes we beseech and we daven to God, and we don't say any words. We just use our hearts. We can use our minds. We can even use our tears. I think that is the special, unique type of prayer of the sound of the shofar. And I think it is the majestic sound of the shofar that brings everybody in it to synagogue to hear almost a wordless type of prayer. And who supplies the words? I think everybody on their own. Everyone's personal situation is unique and different. Everybody perhaps has a little bit more or less to hope for, to pray for, and to want in this upcoming year. My blessing, my prayer to you and all of your families, on behalf of the Jewish Learning Initiative here in Toronto, is that all of your prayers will be answered this year.